Wisconsin's been kind of a hub of interesting information that hasn't been getting a lot of coverage lately, but we discussed previously, and I can't remember if that was the video that got taken down or not, but regardless, you just take a look at what happened in the different nursing home and long-term care facilities within the great state of Wisconsin. Boy, it's interesting what continues to go on there, and as more time comes and these midterm elections get closer and closer, the question of election integrity and how important it is becomes a little bit more pertinent, because you should be ensuring that your elections are as free, fair, open, honest, and transparent as possible, wouldn't you think? And that's why it's still relevant, especially when there's the people in power, you know, the ones who count the votes. I think there's a very powerful man that once said it doesn't matter who somebody votes for, it's who counts the votes. Wouldn't you think that those people in the latter position should be held accountable for any of their impropriety? That's what they're still finding in Wisconsin, because you see here Wisconsin's City Clerk, and not just the small city, by the way, but we'll get into that, sued in a legal ballot harvesting scheme. Interesting. Again, a ballot harvesting scheme in Wisconsin. A city clerk of Green Bay, Wisconsin, participated in illegal absentee ballot harvesting in the local election on April 5th. Still going on, huh? Doesn't go back to that big bad evil election of 18 some odd months ago. A new illegal complaint filed with the Wisconsin Elections Commission claims several voters reported seeing City Clerk Celestine Jeffries, that's not a real name, accepting multiple absentee ballots from the hand of a single person several times. According to Eric Cardle, special counsel for the Thomas More Society, a not-for-profit public interest law firm, Green Bay Mayor Eric Genrich, a Democrat, I'm shocked, appointed Jeffries to her current post. So you want to hold that guy accountable? That would be great. This is ballot harvesting, and it is illegal. Yeah, no, seems like it. Multiple ballots being handled by a single person for means of collection and voting. That seems to fit the textbook definition. The complaint, cited as Rosser v. Jeffries against Jeffries, was filed with the Wisconsin Elections Commission on April 21st on behalf of witness Matt Rosser, a voting resident in Green Bay, according to the Thomas More Society. The complaint also identifies Janet Argus and Victoria J. Linson as witnesses. Wisconsin law provides that it is illegal absentee ballot harvesting for a municipal clerk to receive multiple ballots from an individual voter in the clerk's office. There you go. Generally, the only legal permissible methods of delivery of absentee ballots are personally delivering one's own absentee ballot to the clerk or personally mailing it. Yeah, exactly. That's the only way that it should be. If you're going to adhere to that policy, which I think is stupid, there should be one day for voting outside of military personnel and extreme outlier cases. Outside of that, no. If you're going to vote, you vote on the day, the vote day. The action is galling enough in and of itself, but when the voters who observed Clerk Jeffries engaging in this illegal act challenged her, Jeffries replied that it was her discretion to do so. Oh, that's nice. She said it was fine, so everybody else should just shut their fucking mouth. One of the voters addressed to Jeffries, stating, "You don't have the discretion. The law doesn't allow multiple ballots." Jeffries then countered with the words, "I don't know you. That's my purse. I have the discretion. I'm taking the ballots." Entitled cunt. A voter then approached Green Bay City Attorney Joanne Bungert. Why is there so many women involved? Jesus Christ. But anyways, yeah, she was approached to inquire about the city clerk's acceptance of multiple absentee ballots from an individual voter. Bungert responded that it was a gray area and that Jeffries did have the discretion to accept multiple absentee ballots from an individual voter. No, she doesn't. That's ballot harvesting, and that's illegal within the state of Wisconsin, as Cardell, like the special counsel is going to elaborate here. There's nothing gray about Wisconsin election law. Yeah, right. You can't be, can't be half pregnant. You can't be half dead. You can't halfway commit, ballot harvesting. Clerk's actions are patently illegal. What's worse is about its potential effect on the outcome of some very close elections that were decided via the April 5th ballot. Like, what? Cardell was referencing the elections of Green Bay City Council District 3 and District 6, in which the victorious candidates squeaked by with a margin of 2.2% and 1.8% respectively, which could be dozens, maybe at most hundreds of votes. And that's like low-level, non-aggressive hundreds of votes, like 200 max, okay? That is a difference of only 23 votes, so literally dozens. For District 3's winning candidate, Bill Morgan, and a mere 11 votes for Steve Campbell. Fucking Christ, okay? Who secured the win in District 6, the attorney pointed out. See, that would be important, considering the fact that this bitch is fucking committing a crime. Somebody probably got it cheated out of something, okay? In the context of close elections, questionable, and in this case illegal actions by election officials can tilt an election in favor of one candidate over the other candidates, the complaint states. Cardell said that such narrow victories are always a target for challenges, and noted that questionable, and in this case illegal actions by election officials can upset the apple cart regardless of those numbers. Seriously, if a small group of voters observed multiple instances of illegal activity in the city clerk of Green Bay, how many occurrences went unseen? Yeah, exactly. Clerk Jeffrey's decision to act in a manner contrary to the law has jeopardized the election for everyone. She has risked the integrity of the vote and violated the trust of Wisconsin voters. Yeah, this isn't some dumb motherfucker who was purchased third hand. You know what? Force a bunch of old folks in a long-term care facility in a place like, oh, I don't know, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Just to name a place. Just a hypothetical instance of this happening, okay? Just going out there buying ballots. It's nothing like that. It's just a little bit more innocuous. It seems fine, right? It's just some nice lady going door to door just collecting multiple ballots, right? There's nothing wrong with that. It's illegal. It's illegal because there is an opportunity for impropriety to occur. I'm not saying anything like that did happen, but what did happen, which is apparently indisputable by the 3 people who are alleging that this happened at least once, you gotta tighten this stuff up, and especially when you had, what, 23, a total of 34 votes deciding 2 city council seats. That's pretty important to have ironed out, especially with something as important as what is going to be happening at the end of the year. Not downplaying the fact that city council isn't incredibly important in a city like Green Bay, and everywhere, really. Your city council is something that everybody should be paying a lot more attention to because they have a lot more jurisdiction over what happens in your life. But I'll get off my soapbox for a second, but you need to have all of this stuff shored up. And the fact that improprieties, especially when it comes to elections, keep coming out about Wisconsin proper, methinks. Now, there's been some long lingering problems within that nice state up there in the Midwest. Maybe that's not a problem that's just merely localized to Wisconsin. With all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.